All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Train Station. This is episode 22. Uh, if you're watching this, sorry, I kind of look pixelated. I don't know what's going on my computer right now, but if you are new here, I am your host, A Train. With me is Derrell,
What's good, everybody?
and I don't know why, but today we're talking about the Lions and the sorry franchise are. Um, you probably have a lot more positive things to say than I do, so why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Um, Positive, not really. I was gonna say that.
Go ahead and start us off anyway.
All right. From what I saw today with the Vikings, I'd say that the Lions are looking at going 0-17,
I sure hope they do too, honestly.
losing on a last-second field goal to a team that is known to have inept kickers. When you are up by one, all you gotta do is hold them. You know they're gonna pass, and it looked like they were just doing nothing but zone coverage. It was horrendous, and as my father would put it, they deserve to lose.
Well, to be fair to the Lions, their secondary has me and you out there trying to cover pro athletes, so
Well, I don't know about you. I think I could probably get one of them a few pass blocks.
you couldn't guard Thielen or Jefferson or any of those guys.
Man, these guys are so bad they cannot guard a corpse.
Yeah, that's what happens when your whole secondary gets decimated with injuries. Is that all you gotta say?
Um, I will say that on a positive note, they do seem like they have some fight. They're not really giving up on themselves like they did with Patricia. So that's a good sign. Um, they might, besides 0-17, I think they might have a shot with Cincinnati, but Cincinnati, they're kind of pretty decent. They're bashing on bad teams.
They can't guard a corpse. How you think they're gonna guard Jamar Chase? Joe Burrow gonna throw the ball all over them.
That's the only person he'll throw it to. So just have like 8 men on him.
And T. Higgins will be open. T. Higgins party. Be a T.
Yeah,
Higgins
I know.
party that day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a train wreck. But the one game I'm looking forward to is October 24th when they take on the Rams.
Matthew Stafford is going to
Oh,
add blood in that one. That man has had that game circled, X starred since the start of the season. That man has been looking forward to that game.
yeah, I honestly believe he will throw over 5 touchdowns in that game,
It's very well possible.
potentially before halftime.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, but they're gonna go winless in the month of October, I believe. Then after the Rams, they got my boy Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
That's a long. Well, actually, that might be their one win, just because in recent memory they have owned the Eagles, so that might be their one win.
Yeah, that was Doug Peterson's Eagles. This is a new
They
regime.
still own the Eagles, regardless of who's coaching.
Okay, if you say so.
That is the one team they have had success against.
The one team they should have success against is Atlanta, where they
That's a
play towards
loss.
the end of December.
That's a loss.
Atlanta's horrible.
So are the Lions. What's your point? That's still a loss.
Can they both just tie? They suck so much.
Actually, it is possible they could tie. It is very well possible.
All right. Well, for
I think
Christmas, I
at
wish
that
a
point,
tie.
actually, the Lions might win that because it might be to a point where the Falcons are trying to tank for a higher draft pick to replace Matt Ryan.
Okay. Yeah, they're at Atlanta for that. So let me give you the rest of their schedule. So next Sunday, they take on Cincinnati.
Loss.
Then they're at LA.
Loss.
Then they have Philadelphia at home.
Potential win.
Okay. Then they got the bye week. And then after a bye
They're
week,
losing a
they
bye.
are
I got bye week +3 on that. So bet money on +3 on the bye week.
All right. So Sunday, November 14th, they take on Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh.
Loss.
Then they're at
Like
Cleveland.
garbage all year, but he'll look good in that game.
Yeah, Big Ben's last year. I have a feeling.
Mm.
And then they got Cleveland.
That's a loss.
Then they have Chicago at home for Thanksgiving.
That's a loss. They never do good on Thanksgiving.
Then they have Minnesota again at home.
Well, considering how the game went today, that might be a win.
Okay. And then they are at the Mile High City, Denver. Then they have Arizona.
Kyler Murray's playing at an MVP level. That's a loss.
Okay. And then they're at Atlanta.
I'll say potential win just because of how the standings will work out.
And then they have Russell Willie and the Seahawks are at Seattle.
Seattle will be a loss even if Geno Smith is quarterback at that point.
And then finally, they'll wrap it up with Green Bay at home.
Yeah, we know that's not going to be a win. Actually, it depends, because if Green Bay secured a playoff spot, Jordan Love might play that game. I'm going to say potential win.
Okay. So you're saying
Jordan Love and the second stringers might be playing that week.
So you're saying that they potentially may win just 3 games in the whole season?
Yeah, 3-14. I said they'd win probably 3 games this year going in, so it's looking very possible that that's the case.
I'm saying they're winning 3 at best.
Yeah, that's fair. At best, they're winning 3 games.
Okay. Now, who is to truly blame for this horrendous roster? Is it A, Sheila Fordham, or B, the previous regime, Patricia and oh boy, GM?
You really want me to answer that question?
Yes, I do.
Because if you look at it, in the years of the Lions, there has been one constant. Ownership. They've gone through dozens of coaches. They've gone through dozens of staff changes. Nothing's worked. You did okay with Jim Caldwell. He made the playoffs. But your inept front office wasn't going to let him improve on a roster that actually was pretty decent. You bring in a guy from New England, just because you have success in New England doesn't mean you're going to have success anywhere else. That's not how Bill Belichick guys go. They only have success in New England. Doesn't matter how many coaching changes the Lions have gone through. Doesn't matter how many front office changes they've gone through. Doesn't matter how many players they brought in and out. There's one constant with the Lions being bad, and it's the ownership. The Fords have to sell the team.
Yeah, here's the problem.
That's my biggest gripe with the Lions, because the owners have no reason to sell the team. And it's because of this stupid fan base that gives them false hope every single year. Oh, the Lions might actually win this week. In previous weeks and previous years that they're not going to do anything. Stop going to the games. Stop watching the games. Stop buying the merchandise. Stop supporting them until the Fords sell the team. Force the Fords to sell by going to the games, buying that $12 popcorn, buying that $18 beer. That's not going to get the Fords to sell the team. Buying that, that $75 ticket, not going to get the Fords to sell the team. You got to start somewhere. How come we see it all the time everywhere else? Franchises are bad or sports teams are bad. People stop going to the games. So what happens? And at the collegiate level, the coach gets fired, a new coach gets brought in, then they start to win, and the people start to come back. Every other organization, basketball game, people stop going, stuff changes, people come back to the game. Why is it that Lions fans continuously pour more time, effort, and all of that into the Lions when the rest of the Detroit sports teams have been good for how long?
I can answer that. Do you want to know what North Korea and Detroit sports fans, especially Lions fans, have in common?
Mm-hmm.
they're all brainwashed dummies.
I would agree. But what I don't understand is, the Lions are perennial losers. They've never been good. Yet you continue to pack Ford Field over week in and week out. Where's that same energy for the Pistons? Where's that same energy for the Tigers? Where's that same energy for the Red Wings? Yeah, those teams aren't good right now, but show them the same kind of love you're showing the Lions. Why is it? Yeah, I understand the Lions only have 8 games a year you can go to. The Pistons and Red Wings have 41 you can go to. And the Tigers have what, 82 you can go to or something like that?
81.
81, 82 games that you can go to. So I get there's more opportunities to go to those sports. But support them the same way you support the Lions. The Lions have never been successful. Detroit Tigers have proven to be successful. The Pistons have 3 championships to their name. They've proven to be successful. The Red Wings were good for almost 30 years. They've proven to be successful. Why are Detroiters so focused on trying to make the Lions a thing? The Lions are not going to be a thing until they get new ownership that cares.
Because it's dictatorship media. They believe all this spiel saying, oh, we're eventually going to turn around. It's because most Lion fans, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, are idiots. They don't know when to just turn off the TV.
And that's why, as a Lions fan, I hope they lose every game. To get it through these thick Lions fan skulls that, look, this team sucks. Something needs to be done. Stop buying merch.
Stop buying Ford cars.
That has nothing to do with the football team.
I know.
People buying Ford cars has nothing. I'm talking strictly the football team. Stop buying the Lions merchandise. Stop buying tickets. Because once it starts hurting the Ford's pockets, then maybe they'll do something about it. Because right now, it's nothing more than a tax write-off. We're making a bunch of money. We'll just write it off in taxes and we'll make some money back. That's all it is. They don't care to put out the winning football team. They don't.
That's just what it comes down to. They don't care. They're like, oh, why spend extra $20 million on something that I'm not going to really care about?
And that's the problem, is they have no reason to care because the stands every Sunday continue to be packed. Why should they care? If I was an owner and people kept and I can have a loser team for 40, 50 years and nobody cares, then I'm gonna not care about the team either. I'm gonna just continue to make my money throwing out losers out there.
Precisely, people. He said it right.
Now, maybe at some point you have to think from an ownership standpoint. At some point, one of the Fords has to care, right? Maybe at some point, one of them down the line has to care.
Yeah.
You would think that eventually, at some point, there's going to be one of them that's like, you know what? I actually like football. I want to have a winning football team. I want some of those football rings. I want that stuff. You would think at some point one of them would care about that.
No, they just pass the team around like
potatoes. They just pass it around. I'm making a bunch of money. Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, the fans want a new coach. If that'll keep them back and coming to games, guess what? We'll get him a new coach. Oh, they want us to draft this guy, and then we go the other way, and then but they're still going to come anyways. So it doesn't actually matter who we draft in the draft because we're still going to have people come. They'll complain and they'll complain. Yet that's the thing. They complain that they need new owners. Here they go, shelling out money.
Yeah. Cool.
I've watched one Lions game this year, and it was the Monday night game against Green Bay, and that's only because it was on while I was at work. I don't go out of my way to watch Lions games. I find something else to do. I don't buy Lions merchandise anymore.
Yeah, this is coming from a die-hard Lions fan.
I don't listen to anything Lions news related, really. And the only reason I follow them on Twitter is to quote tweet it saying sell the team or put in the comments to sell the team.
Here's the problem. I mean, It's 77 degrees out here right now. It's nice to go a bike ride. Go see the new James Bond movie. That's what I want to do. But people, they just continue to turn on the channel and watch this torture, like P word, because they love pain.
And I used to be one of those Lions fans that was overly optimistic. Oh, maybe this year they'll turn it around. I quickly learned as I got older and really started to really understand sports. Because as you're a kid, you're always overly optimistic about everything just because that's how kids are. But as I started to get older, and I'm like, oh my God, literally everything but ownership has changed. Wow, that's the issue. But really, the issue is half on the ownership, half on these stupid fans that continue to buy into the product thinking that it's going to change.
Yeah, it'll never change.
I'm not in Michigan anymore, but I can still get any Lions game if I wanted to. But you said it's 77 degrees outside. Let me make a list of things I would rather do on Sunday than watch the Lions. Go grocery shopping, do laundry, go for a bike ride, play basketball, stare at a wall, paint, watch any other game at 1 o'clock or whenever they play. Watch YouTube, anything else. There's literally anything else I would rather do than watch the Lions. That doesn't make me, and that's the problem is people will say I'm not a Lions fan. No, I'm a Lions fan. But much like, because me being a Lions fan goes with me being a wrestling fan. I want the product to be better.
That's right.
And so me being overly negative about the Lions doesn't make me any less of a fan. I just want to see better.
I just want to see the team burn at this point because it's just entertainment. It's pleasure to me.
Yes, but I want to see better. Just like in the WWE product, I want to see better. So me complaining and me telling them sell the team, don't support them, that's not me hating and that's not me not being a true Lions fan. That's me wanting to see a change be made so that we can get good football. Because if you get an owner in there that cares about football, that'll hire people that care about winning and care about football, that's a step in the right direction. You get an owner that wants to win, that wants those Super Bowl rings, that wants those NFC championship rings, that wants that playoff win. Start little, we'll take baby steps, that wants that playoff win. You get somebody in there that wants to succeed, wants to see the Lions succeed.
Well, I'm starting to believe that God hates the Lions.
It's not even that. It's the Fords refuse, they don't care. It's the same song and dance every year with the Lions. They keep it close, they lose in the end. They keep it close, they lose in the end. They keep it close, they lose in the end. Then you have all these fans on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We'll get them next week. We shouldn't have lost this week. Yet the same thing happens the following week. And then the following week. And oh my God, they finally won a game. Maybe we'll win a couple more. No, you should know that the Lions are not going to be successful. Stop it. Stop it. Stop saying we'll get them next week. You won't get them next week. And even if you do, you're not going to get them the following week. Lions fans don't understand that it is the same song and dance every year. And until they start to realize that there's only one common factor in this, that hasn't changed, then the team will simply just never be successful. They won't.
That's and if there's a lot of Lion fans out there listening, write in the comment section, ask us, what do you think needs to happen? What's going to get you to stop watching this product every Sunday? I don't know about.
I've been trying to turn people for years now. I've been trying to tell people, stop watching Lions game. It's a waste of time. You waste your Sunday. You're wasting 3.5 hours of your Sunday every Sunday watching the sorry disgrace of the team. You could literally go do anything else that's more productive, get it done, come back, and then have the rest of the day to do what you want to do.
That's right.
because they play at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That means from 1 to 4:30, you should be going to do something productive, or 1 to 4:15, or however long the game is. And those 3 hours, go do something productive. Go to the store. Go do your laundry. You come back, you have the rest of your Sunday to chill and watch real football.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to watch after the Lions, you have from 4 until most people, I would say, that work Monday morning, go to bed at 11 o'clock. You
About
4:15 to 11 to do whatever you want to do. You want to play video games, you want to email somebody, you want to tell your boss, you're not coming into work tomorrow. You want to ride a bike or play with dogs or do whatever you want to do. But in those 3 hours that the Lions are on, you should do something productive or literally anything else besides watch the Lions.
people just for some reason they just choose not to. Me this Sunday, I'm studying for this exam Tuesday. I knew the Lions were taking that L. I just listened in every now and then.
I was at my uncle's this weekend. I took the drive back to my place while the Lions were on.
Dang.
I'm watching them. I have no reason to watch them.
Hey, all I know is I don't lose
If
any
anybody
sleep.
thinks that makes me less of a Lions fan, please comment below why you think that. Because me wanting better doesn't make me any less of a fan. And a lot of people fail to realize that. Wanting better does not make you less of a fan. As a sports fan, and as a entertainment fan, sports fan, because all the Lions, they're not even entertainment at this point. I wouldn't even call them a football team at this point. As a
No, they're not a team.
sports or sports entertainment or whatever you're a fan of, you could even be a movie fan, an anime fan, or whatever. Do you not want the best possible product that you can get at all times? If a movie sucks, you're not going to go back, and the next week you're not going to go back and watch that same movie that sucked. If a baseball team sucks, you're not going to spend the tickets to go watch that baseball team. If the Pistons suck, you're not going to spend money to go watch the Pistons. So why do you continuously spend money to go watch the Lions suck?
But Anthony, we have nothing better to do.
Drive around the city for an hour. Don't buy tickets. That's the problem. You got to start seeing the stadium empty. There was Patriots fans that they were watching the Houston Texans New England game. The Texans are historically bad right now. Like, as Texans, they're bad. There wasn't that many people at the game. When the Bears suck, there's not that many people at the game. When any of the 31 other NFL teams suck, nobody goes to the games. I'll say 30 because people still went to Browns games forever, and the Browns are finally good. But people went to Browns games and Lions games forever. I don't understand how 30 other teams can do it. If the product sucks, they won't show up. And
remember,
are the same way when it comes to every other sport, as I've mentioned multiple times. Any other sport, Detroiters will not show up to. The Tigers are bad. Nobody's going to the games really, compared to when they were good. Nobody's going to Pistons games now like they were in the early 2000s and the early 2010s when they were decent. And nobody's going to Red Wings games right now. Why don't we put that same energy into not going into those games as we do into going into the Lions?
because there's not a lot of Lions games. We won't catch that many.
Don't matter. It's not going to change anything until the Fords their pockets start hurting. So when the Ford's pockets start hurting, boom.
Yeah, that's a rare if.
It's not an if.
Another recession.
These fans to stop being so brainwashed that there's only 8 games a year. Yeah, there's 8 skippable games for you a year. If you want to watch them on the road, go ahead, be my guest, watch them on the road. I don't even do that. But there is 8 skippable home games a year that you do not have to go to.
If only it were that simple, just tell them, just turn off the TV.
And I get it. You want to take your kid to a Lions game. Why would you make your kid suffer through that for his birthday? His or her birthday. Why would you make them suffer?
That's the worst birthday gift
That
ever.
is a punishment. In fact, if I had children of my own and I was punishing them for something, I would take them to a Lions game.
I make them go hunt
This
for
is
Dick
a
Cheney.
gaming. You get to watch the Lions.
God, that's child abuse. That's next to animal cruelty right there.
That's my point. It is a punishment to sit here and watch this garbage every single week. Yet these fans are too stupid to realize that. They have this little false hope of Lions Kool-Aid left that they continue to drink. Put the glass down. Put the Kool-Aid down. Put the Honolulu blue rose glasses colored off. Take them off. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Realize we need real change within the organization. And until we get that real change, it's going to be much of the same.
But we have change.
Week, each and every season.
But we got Dan Campbell, and we got
the
a new
GM this year. Okay.
But we still have the chance to go.
One pick that in 5 years you're wasting his contract. He's just going to walk in 5 seasons anyways. If he makes it 5 years.
But the Lions, they still have a chance to go 12-5. This is the average Lion fan.
Yeah, this is the average. We lost one. Well, they're 0-5 right now, but they got 12 games left, and they could win at least. If they could win at least half of those, I'd call it a successful season. No, stop it. Detroit is the only organization I know that has made their 3-star players want out or retire early.
Yeah.
Want out and retire early because Detroit refused to get rid of them. Barry Sanders carried the Lions to the playoffs. Haven't won anything since he's been there. He wants out. Lions refuse. All right, I'm going to retire. Calvin Johnson. Now, part of the blame, I blame on Calvin Johnson because the man signed a 7-year contract. Who in their right mind signs a 7-year contract with the Detroit Lions is beyond me.
Guaranteed money.
But it's the Lions. The man could have made more anywhere else he went. You're going to tell me that one of the greatest receivers to ever play this game isn't going to get a giant contract offer from somebody else?
Maybe there was a no trade clause or something. I don't know.
Calvin Johnson wants out. They refuse. All right, I'm leaving. And luckily for Matthew Stafford, he asks for a trade and they grant it because I had a fear that he was on that same path of going to go to retirement had they not let him out.
Yeah, now look what he's doing in LA, man. He is sticking it to everybody. Woo.
So I hate that. Everybody's like, well, this guy sucks. He leaves and he goes and does something everywhere else. Why are all of these players suddenly having better careers everywhere else they go than in Detroit? Maybe it's the Lions. Did you ever think about that? No, because you're too busy drinking the Kool-Aid thinking they might win this week.
But the Kool-Aid tastes like fruit punch. We love it.
Dallas Cowboy fans are the worst fan base in the NFL. The Lions are number 2. I will go on record and say that they are the second worst fan base in all of the NFL.
I actually think
and it's
Dallas
not
Cowboys are number 2.
Cowboys fans are just terrible. Lions fans are just moronic and stupid and don't know how to quit.
That's basically Cowboys too.
And the Cowboys think that this year is their year for the Super Bowl, and they haven't won.
Lions think that too.
The Lions just continue to drink the Kool-Aid, and at least the Cowboys have recently made the playoffs.
Yeah, this is true, people.
To suck. And the Cowboys also have rings, something the Lions can't say per the NFL merger. Pre-NFL merger, they can say they have 4.
Hey, pre-mergers don't count.
But the Cowboys at least have rings. Lions don't have playoff wins. So while I get why Cowboys fans are tough, Lions fans are just stupid. It's the same thing every year, yet they'll type and tweet and, oh, we almost won this one. We played good. No, because if you played good, you would have won. If you played good, you wouldn't have to rely on going 3-13, hoping that maybe this draft pick this year will change the team.
Well, what about next year? We still got next year, too. It doesn't matter who they draft.
Lions Super Bowl is the NFL draft. When the NFL draft ends and the preseason starts, the Lions have already been eliminated from playoff contention.
They can have 5 straight first-round picks.
Of the preseason, Lions have already been eliminated from the postseason.
They can have 5 straight first picks overall. They will still mess it up.
People ask me, would you have taken Aaron Rodgers over Matthew Stafford and put him on the Lions? And I said no. And they thought I was crazy, but here's my logic behind that. There is nothing on that team that Aaron Rodgers could do that Stafford already hasn't done. Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to change anything.
Yeah, the only thing that would have changed is his stats would have gone down.
Yes, and he would have lost a lot more. You could put Tom Brady on the Lions, they'd still lose.
You can't make this up, people. This is the
Lions. Now, your good friend Parker had snapped me one day. You know what the problem with the Lions is? They need Cam Newton.
Yeah, they do need a real quarterback.
Cam Newton's not going to change the team.
Why is that?
You have a worse version of, you have basically the same player in Jared Goff. They're basically the same player, except Cam Newton runs the ball more. They both make bonehead decisions. There's nothing that the Lions could do right now. There's not a free agent out there that could come in and change the Lions team.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady would be a loser on the Lions. Not even he could turn them around. That's what people fail to understand. You had arguably the greatest running back in the history of football on your team, and you couldn't win. You have a top 5 wide receiver all time on your team, and you can't win. And you have arguably a top 10 quarterback, not all time, but in the league for when he was in the league, on your team, and you can't win.
He'll be top 10 overall stats-wise in the next 2 years. He keeps throwing the way he is.
I don't think he's in that debate of quarterbacks because there's just been so many good ones. I'm talking about when he's in the league, he's been in that upper echelon of talented quarterbacks in the league while he's been there. You couldn't win with him. You couldn't win with him and arguably the greatest wide receiver of all time on the same team. You couldn't win with either of them. And you couldn't win with the greatest running back of all time. That's not on the players. That's not on the coaching. That is on the owners for not knowing how to run a football program.
Oh, I'm looking up stats right now for NFL.
He can have all the stats. I don't think until he gets a couple of rings that he could even be in the conversation. So yeah, that is what I think. The Lions ownership has got to sell the team, stop going to games. And that is all I have to say on the Lions. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say about the Lions that I haven't already covered.
No, not really.
Well, that is all. That's my little rant. People seem to enjoy the rant, the mashup mania with me and my boy Jace. So I don't have anything else to say. If you have nothing else to say, this is episode 22. We've made it to episode 22. And we will catch you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.